Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the World Class Stamp. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing 30 years of Golden Boot winners for the Premier League. So, first up, we've got the 92-93 season. Teddy Sheringham playing for Nottingham Forest, and midway through the season, he transferred to Tottenham Hotspur, 22 goals. Matt, where do you stand on this one? Does he get the World Class Stamp?
Obviously, an amazing career. I think at one point, or maybe still holds a record for the oldest player to play in the Premier League. Constant goals. Obviously, the most famous goal he scored was in the Champions League final for Manchester United. England partnership with Alan Shearer was fantastic. I think he just misses out for me. I think he gets definitely the domestic class stamp, but not the world class, unfortunately.
Okay, Steve, what are your thoughts on Super Ted?
Yeah, I think Matt is spot on there. He played for some big clubs, scored a lot of goals. I feel like he had a very good decade from that 91-92 season until probably after that treble winning year. But domestic class stamp for me misses out on that world class stamp.
Yeah, same here. So doesn't get the world class stamp for me. Just misses out. Great player, a top class striker. However, would he badge his way into the top clubs throughout Europe? Not for me. So no stamps there, and they need 3 stamps or 2 out of 3 stamps to get the majority of the overall world class stamp. Okay, so next up, 93-94 season, we got Andy Cole playing for Newcastle in this season, 34 goals. Where does Andy Cole rate, Steve? Is he got the world class stamp for you?
So Andrew Cole is one of those players that is easily forgotten. He didn't really get a shot at the national team, but he was banging goals in the domestic competition for quite a few seasons, and he's up there as he's in the top 10, I think, of all-time Premier League scorers. So he's got some pedigree, this lad. Again, he misses out on the world-class stamp, but I think he's done more than enough to get that domestic class stamp. Scored goals at many clubs in the Premier League.
Wow. Well, for me, Andy Cole definitely gets the world class stamp. His partnership with Dwight York was lethal. Scored goals for Newcastle, Manchester United. So for me, he gets the world class stamp. But Matt, you get the deciding vote. Does Andy Cole get the world class stamp?
Right. Thanks for giving me the easy one to begin with. 229 goals across his career, no penalties for Man United, won the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, couldn't cement the place in the national side. Does he get the world class stamp? For me, yes. Just creeps into the world class category for Andy Cole. I think he led that, him and Dwight York led that front line for that season. Definitely world class in this season. Over the career, yeah, I'm going to have to give it to him. He doesn't get enough plaudits, this player. He's fantastic for the league, fantastic for Man United, fantastic for Newcastle. Should have had more of a run in the national team. World class.
Great stuff.
In my personal opinion.
Okay, well, he's got 2 stamps, so that gets him the confirmed world class stamp from our select panelists. So next up, we've got the 94-95, 95-96, 96-97 seasons. All Alan Shearer, 2 for Blackburn, 1 for Newcastle, scoring 34, 31, and 25 goals over the 3-season period. For me, that speaks for itself. World class stamp for me. Matt, what do you think about Alan Shearer? Surely he's got the stamp here, right?
Definitely world class stamp all day long.
Steve, is it a clean sweep this time?
You guys haven't got a clue what you're talking about. No, I'm joking. Yeah, of course, Alan Shearer gets a world-class stamp. Incredible England career as well. Easy.
Next up, we got 1997-98 season, and it was a 3-way tie this time round, so 3 players to discuss here. We've got Dion Dublin, Holmes under the Hammer legend, 18 goals. Michael Owen, we've got 18 goals as well, and also Chris Sutton. Matt, is there a world-class stamp amongst those 3 players?
Well, for me, Michael Owen was world class. He had a career abroad and at home with Liverpool and returned from Man United. But despite his injuries, this player could have probably been GOAT for England going forward. I think, he had a good England career anyway. And he's definitely world class stamp, world class material for me, walking any side in this day. So, and the same with him and the previous 2 strikers you talked about, Shearer and Cole. When he's on the pitch, you thought, this is the danger man. We're going to concede today. We've got Michael Owen. He's, that's what you need to. For me, that's a big factor in being a world class player, is bringing the fear factor to other sides or other fans. Yeah, and Michael Owen did that along with Shearer and Cole the previous seasons. So yeah, he gets the world class stamp. Dion Dublin, fantastic header of the ball. Scored I think 183 goals in his career, which is no mean feat. But more of a, I wouldn't say domestic class stamp, more of a club legend maybe. But his time at Villa, I think Coventry, but doesn't get the world class from me. And Chris Sutton obviously won the Premier League with Blackburn, not world class, but club legend because that's the last success Blackburn Rovers have had. So yeah, they're my three verdicts on those players.
Yeah, I think for me as well, you've got Dion Dublin, journeyman striker. Also got a kind of a spell at Man United, which goes under the radar a little bit. And Chris Sutton, another journeyman, not a world class striker, but he was a type of player who joined various different clubs and got on the score sheet. So a very good striker, but not in that world class bracket. Michael Owen for me, he does get the world class stamp. His early form for Liverpool was blistering, too hot to handle. Unfortunately, injuries took their toll, but he still managed to adapt his game from out and out pace to fox in the box, and picked up all the trophies with Liverpool and Premier League trophy with Manchester United, as well as going out to Real Madrid as well. So yeah, he gets the stamp for me. Steve, how about you? What's your thoughts on those three strikers there?
So Michael Owen, it's a clean sweep here for the panel. He gets a world class stamp for me. Like you say, Anton, I've never seen a player as young as he was tearing the league up, tearing up defenders. Absolute blistering pace despite that. So yeah, easy one. Dion Dublin, you nodded to his Man United days there. He also played centre back a few times. I believe he actually as a youth player he was first a centre back, converted striker. I want to say. Agree with Matt. I think he's a club legend at a couple of clubs there, Dion Dublin, and 1,000,000% he's a world class presenter. I do enjoy that program.
Yep.
Chris Sutton is a tricky one. He knew where the goal was, the back of the net. Great season at Blackburn to win that Premiership, and he scored goals more or less wherever he went. Not so keen on his punditry, but we'll put that aside. He doesn't get the world class stamp. He doesn't get any stamp for me.
Yeah. Moving on to the 98-99 season, we've got Michael Owen again, so he's already got the stamp there, along with Dwight Yorke and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Dwight Yorke scoring 18 goals, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank scoring 18 goals, and obviously Michael Owen as well with 18 goals. Dwight Yorke, Man United, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank for Leeds at this point in his career. Guys, what do you think of Dwight Yorke and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank? Matt, what's your thoughts on those both, first of all?
Right, Dwight Yorke, we said a good couple of seasons at Man United. Didn't really carry that form anywhere else. He had 96 appearances and 48 goals for Man United. One of the doesn't get the world class stamp. Doesn't quite meet the grade.
First of all, I'll touch on Dwight Yorke. Like you say, he had a hot streak for Man United, and that was kind of the peak of his powers. Didn't really carry that on and fizzled out. Definitely doesn't get the World Class Dad Award. So, yeah, I don't think he'll be winning any awards for that anytime soon. But Jimmy Floyd, cash in the bank. I think for me, he gets it. I'll give the stamp to Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He gets goals for Leeds, got goals for Chelsea, and he scored consistently throughout his whole career. So for me, yeah, he gets the world class stamp. Steve?
Okay, let's try it.
What do you think about?
I'm going to say something as equally wild, but looking at Dwight Yorke's career stats, Theo Walcott is not far away from these stats. I'm telling you now. So just put that one in your head a little bit. Having said that, looking back at his career from 1990, starting at Villa, he's got to go down as an Aston Villa club legend. I would say. I've not spoke to a Villa fan about this, but I would assume he would be in that category. And he did it for a good decade in the Premier League. And looking back at my definition, he still doesn't get the world class stamp, but I would award him the domestic class stamp, I think, and the Villa club legend stamp, Dwight Yorke. Jimmy Floyd, I feel like he's a very similar player to Dwight Yorke in terms of what he's achieved at the clubs he's been at. So yeah, Leeds 3 seasons, 34 goals, 69 appearances. Chelsea 69 goals, 136 appearances. pretty good return. Middlesbrough, 58 appearances, 22 goals. So again, you're looking at a good decade of goals going in the back of the net at a good, game ratio rate. So I don't feel like he did enough at one club to get that that club legend stamp. But I think I'd give Jimmy the domestic class stamp, but not the world class again.
Matt, what did you think of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank? Does he get the stamp for you?
Played 468 games in his professional career, 195 goals. He scored 136 goals for Chelsea, 69 for Leeds. Amazing player. Like you said, always a return on that investment any club give to him. Powerful player, skillful player, clever player. But for me, he didn't win enough silverware, so I cannot give him the world class stamp. I'm so gutted for, what does this award mean? It means everything, okay? The world class stamp.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Right, I'm gutted. I am gutted he's just missed out on it.
Yeah.
But for me, domestic class. Sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, no. Shocking. Okay, so no world class stamps there. Obviously, Michael Owen does get his from previous season, which we discussed. Next up, maybe a shock one for most people, 99-2000. Kevin Phillips, Sunderland, 30 goals in his, I believe it was his debut season in the Premier League. Kevin Phillips, quick one for me. No, doesn't get the world class stamp. Great season, had a couple of good seasons in the Premier League, but for me, not really doing it at the highest level to get the world class stamp. Matt, what are your thoughts on Kevin Phillips?
Yeah, well, as soon as you mention Kevin Phillips, you think 30-goal season at Sunderland. That's what he's been remembered for, and that epic season he had. And, to score 30 goals at the top flight of English football, again, is something special. Club legend, not going to get anything else. But, yeah. But one season wonder stamp, maybe.
You can find that
And that's it,
episode
really.
on One Season Wonders on our YouTube channel. Steve, Kevin Phillips, what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I agree. Great season, Sunderland. He put it back to back actually in the Championship to get them up. I think he scored even more goals in the Championship before that season in the Premier League. But I feel like he did it for maybe 4 seasons tops in the Premiership. So 100% he's a club legend at Sunderland. But no, doesn't get the world class stamp. Nowhere near it.
Okay. All right, we're moving into the 2000s now with the 2000-2001 season. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, previously snubbed by you guys. Does this change anything at all? 23 goals, or are we still saying no for Jimmy Floyd?
It's a no for me.
Tumbleweed moments.
No.
Still the same.
All right, moving on.
Nothing's changed in that 35-second gap from when I last commented on him.
Well, there we go. I thought I could maybe sway you there, but, it is what it is, really. So, next up then, we've got player that could fall into this category of world class stamp, Thierry Henry. This is for the 2001-2002 season, 24 goals. But also, we'll skip a year, 2003-4, 2004-5, 2005-6. All for Arsenal, 24 goals, 30 goals, 25 goals, 27 goals. Yeah, for me, that says it all. World class stamp. Matt?
Yeah, world class stamp. Get the statue up.
Yeah, but he's already got one, right? He cacked enough tokens from his cornflakes box. He got his statue outside the Emirates. Steve, the Arsenal man. Does the Arsenal legend get the world class stamp?
I think you're doing this guy a disservice here. He gets the world class stamp, the domestic class stamp, the club legend stamp, clean sweep, all three. Not many are getting that.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, moving on then. The player we did skip, 2002-2003 season, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Manchester United legend, 25 goals in this season. During that time period, they was battling for top goal scorer. Just seems like Ruud van Nistelrooy just come out top on this particular season. For me, Ruud van Nistelrooy, great striker, fox in the box. Pretty much all of his goals come inside the box throughout his career, I believe. Penalty king, sniff out a goal from everywhere, super reliable. I think we talked about him a couple of times on our podcast before. So for me, world class stamp. Steve, what about you for Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Yeah, this is a tricky one actually.
Oh no! Oh
like
no!
you say, yeah.
Is it a tricky one?
Great
I don't
player.
know.
Was he around long enough? Again, I'm working this through in my head as I'm saying it now. Hey.
Oh
So,
no!
I remember the Martin Keown moment. Missed that penalty, hit the bar. Arsenal went on to go unbeaten that season. Then he got his redemption a year later, scoring the penalty to stop the unbeaten run. So yeah, big game player. Yeah, he gets a world class stamp for me, and I think he probably will get club legend stamp as well at Man United. Does he get a domestic? Not sure he was there long enough.
Okay. Matt, is he in for a rude awakening, or does he get a clean sweep?
Well, 449 appearances, 249 goals, his professional career. Won the Dutch League. He's won the La Liga. He's won everything. He was injury prone as well. Scored 95 goals in 150 appearances for Man United. 46 in 68 for Real Madrid and 62 in 67 for PSV. So hell of a return there. Definitely world class stamp. Score from anywhere. Prolific striker. Absolutely prolific inside, anywhere from 18 yards out.
Yeah.
So prolific. Normally outside the box, but that wasn't his game. But wants someone to win you the game is Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Okay. And he gets the stamp, right?
He's a
Yeah,
great
he'll get the
five-side
world
player
class.
too, right?
Yeah, world class.
Moving on then, we've got the 2006-7 season. Didier Drogba, Chelsea, 20 goals this season. Revelation for Chelsea. He might be the last Chelsea striker to score 20 goals. They seem to struggle finding strikers to put the ball in the back of the net. Didier Drogba. Matt, what do you think of Didier? Does he get the world class stamp?
Yeah, I think we've touched on him before in previous episodes. He's a big game player. I think he won 4 Prems, 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, Champions League. Yeah, stamp him all day. World class. Club legend and domestic.
Okay.
Clean sweep.
Steve?
Yeah, easy one. I've awarded it to him already. World class stamp.
Yeah.
Club legend stamp as well. And domestic. All 3.
Clean sweep again from the boys. All 3 stamps. World class Didier Drogba. Okay, guys, so next up we got the 2007-2008 season. Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United legend, 31 goals this season. Really put his name on the world stage and up in lights. Matt, does Cristiano Ronaldo get the world class stamp?
Yeah, obviously. He's one of the GOATs. What else can you say? He's just one of the GOATs. So world class. GOAT stamp, actually. There's a new stamp
Goat stamp.
going around.
Goatage.
He's got the GOAT stamp.
Okay. Steve?
Yeah, definitely. GOAT stamp. What a player. Still doing it now. He's turning that Saudi Arabian Premier League, Pro League into... How many players have gone over there and arguably joined Ronaldo, really? I think there's a lot of, shall I say, comments about him going there. And yet again, he's made people eat their words. And I think the teams in that league can actually enter the Champions League in a season or two's time. So goes from strength to strength. And you say one of the GOATs, we've got to pick one GOAT, haven't we? And I think based on the all-round package, I'd probably pick Ronaldo as the GOAT.
Yeah.
Messi for me, but second or third would be Ronaldo.
Yeah. Just Messi for me as well, just to throw my allegiance in there. But Ronaldo, does he get the world class stamp? Yeah. Augustus. Is he all that? Yeah. The Pied Piper of the Saudi Arabian League, touting all the talent over there. It's going to be massive. And good luck to all those guys as well. Lots of criticism about, taking the bag of money and stuff. But I'll be honest, if they offered me a job, I'll put my name out there now. Sign me up. I'll come over, do some world-class stamp commentary for you guys. But yeah, no, obviously...
Save yourself, Hans. Nice one.
obviously, I come with my team, right? Yeah, we are available. And we'll probably always be available with our 4 viewers and our shadow ban. But that's... There we go. But there's not I don't think there's a person out there who would turn out that giant bag of money thrown in your lap. And if you say otherwise, you're lying. So, Ronaldo, world-class stamp. Okay, 2008-2009 season now. Nicolas Anelka, Chelsea, playing for Chelsea at this point in his career. 19 goals. A bit of a shock win, really. He left Arsenal under a bit of controversy, I believe at the time. He's moved to Real Madrid, coming back to the Premier League here, and I don't think much was expected of him, but he bagged 19 goals. Steve, we'll start off with you on this one. Nicolas Anelka, does he get the world class stamp?
So I say it. He should never have left Arsenal. If he didn't leave Arsenal, this guy would be up there with some of the world great strikers. But I think his career just seemed to fall away after he left Arsenal. I mean, he started off there, 65 appearances, 23 goals. Came back then to Liverpool on loan. Didn't do it at Liverpool. Had better times at City. He still scored goals in the Premier League. I say even. Bolton Wanderers as well, and I think he did really well for Bolton. Arguably, maybe at his Premier League peak, you might say. But I just feel, I mean, the amount of clubs he went to there's a lot there. He doesn't get the world class stamp for me. I think he could have, like I said, if his career was a bit more stable and stayed at certain clubs longer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Matt, what's your thoughts on Nicolas Anelka, Le Sulk?
Le Sulk, yeah, Le Sulk. Oh, this is a tough one. This is an absolute tough one for me. So he's got 508 games, 157 goals. Maybe that's not quite the return for a world-class stamp. He's got 28 at Arsenal. Yeah, Chelsea scored for Man City, Bolton. He went over to the Turkish League. He won 2 Prems, 3 FA Cups, a Champions League, a Turkish League, a Serie A, and a Euro Championships. And I'm struggling to make a decision whether he's world class or not. Surely that's enough to warrant, along with his playing style, and he's done it everywhere. Surely that's enough to warrant a world class stamp. And I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give Nicolas Anelka world class stamp for me.
Wow.
The fear factor in any side he was in, even in that Bolton side, he scored some absolute world class goals for that side, for Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Real Madrid. I think he's won so much. And a Euro Championship with France. Gotta get it.
Here's a question, Matt. Did he actually play a leading role in a lot of those trophy wins?
Well, from what I can remember,
for example.
Yeah. To get into that squad, to get into the French squad, no, they've got elite players, and he's played games in there and taken them through the group stage of the final. He's just won too much. He's won too much. Got too much on his CV. He was a sought-after striker around Europe. That's why he's probably gone to so many top. He hasn't just gone to clubs. He's gone to top clubs: Arsenal, Chelsea, Real Madrid. You could even argue like Fenerbahce over in A League, one of the top sides. Yeah, he's played all around Europe and won it all. So with style.
Okay, I guess on me to make the decision then. Does Le Sulk get the world class stamp? Like you say, he played for the top 5 clubs in England: Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea and Bolton. Scored loads of goals wherever he went. I think it's Liverpool, from what I remember of his Liverpool loan spell, a lot of the Liverpool fans enjoyed his stay and wanted him to sign up, but the hierarchy at the time didn't go with it, and maybe that was down to his attitude issues, which has kind of plagued his career. And he went to Manchester City and he scored goals for them. So like you say, one of my definitions of world-class stamp is, can he get into any side across Europe? And clearly, Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, Real Madrid lack that little bit of class, that intangible greatness that he undoubtedly had. And he's getting the stamp. So let's not cut to it. Let's world-class stamp. Nicolas Anelka. He's got too much silk not to. Like you say, won a lot. And that key piece of the jigsaw puzzle is the international honours as well in star-studded French teams.
He probably didn't play a single minute of, but yeah. Okay.
He is. You can't deny the guy. So for me, gets the world class stamp.
I think his international career got cut short with a famous argument at the World Cup.
Here we go.
During his later spell with France. So that was probably a management clash rather than his own ability. So he would have won maybe more with France had he stayed.
Yeah, well, this is what we think, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider dropping a like on our channel. And if you want to be notified for new videos, drop a subscribe and help our channel grow and support us. And you'll be notified when we drop a new video. But that's it for this time, guys. Have a world-class weekend, and we'll see you all next time.